Okay guys, you can see here I've highlighted some keywords on the left hand side in the sort of yellow highlight color over here. And you can see as well I've done some highlights over here because these are some strategies that I can do with some keywords once I do some grouping of keywords under each one of these. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try and find a bunch of kind of related keywords that have got similar or the same user intent. Okay, for whoever is searching for these keywords, they've got very, very similar kind of intent. So for example, you can see here policy, Facebook advertising policy, Facebook advertising guidelines, best practices 2018, Facebook advertising examples, guidelines, rules. Those kind of keywords can be with a similar user intent. Now some of them might be for a different user intent, but what we can do is we can find groups of these that we can work with for getting ideas for creating playlists that people are actually searching for. Okay, if they are searching for them in Google, you can bet that they are searching for them in YouTube as well, and probably in a higher volume, or probably likely to click through on videos that serve the user intent purpose of all these combined keywords when they appear maybe on the right hand side of the YouTube interface when they're watching videos. Okay, so what I want to do is just get across how we can use YouTube playlists with user intent in mind, using other people's content with the intention of getting people to take an action for your benefit. Okay, even though you're not creating content right now at this point, what we're doing is we're going to curate some content that is going to attract people with a specific user intent from the keyword searches, and we have the keywords here already. Okay, and we're going to use that so that we can grow our own audience, so that we can get an email address, so that we can get people to opt in, so that we can get people to subscribe and follow us on social media, etc. as well. Okay, so what I want to do then is having a look at these kind of keyword user intention for these kind of keywords here, like guidelines and policy and tips, strategy. To an extent is kind of a weaker example of what I want to do, but all of this kind of brings up the one thing that comes into mind that a lot of people really want if they're going to be searching for this kind of stuff. If you think about it, if somebody's looking for a video about policy or guidelines, they probably don't want to go through a huge document, okay? A document that is kind of lengthy, that is going to take time, it's going to be hard to absorb. They'd rather just watch a short video, somebody explaining the main things to look out for, okay? Second thing is, with these kind of keywords, there's probably somebody looking for sort of step by step, okay? And we've already seen with the Facebook advertising keyword, seed keyword that we put through the competition analyzer, that the top viewed video was 1.5 million views, and it was really a step-by-step kind of guide. Okay, so what we need here for these kind of keywords, for the user intent for these kind of keywords, what we want to do is create a playlist that is about checklists and cheat sheets. Okay, so Facebook advertising checklist, using YouTube videos from other people. Then what we want to do is we want to create a checklist and do a 1 minute or 2 minute video max with screenshot of the checklist. Now this checklist that we are going to do, we can actually go and do that using just a simple Google Doc. Okay, where do we get the checklist if we're not doing this? Well, some of these videos will probably have links to checklists, but also if we go and check in Pinterest as well, we're going to find some checklists over there for Facebook advertising. But the other thing about this is there's multiple types of checklists that we can get for Facebook advertising. Okay, so we need to take into account different types of advertising. So there could be like lead ads, it can be video ads. Okay, it could be a checklist for setting up a Facebook ads account. It could be a checklist for different areas of Facebook advertising. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just one specific checklist, and that gives us the ability that we can curate different checklists for different purposes within the one playlist, but we are going to give away a step-by-step checklist that we're going to get from somebody else's work, and we're going to basically copy it either into an infographic or just do a simple Google Doc that people can opt in to get access to. It's as simple as that. Okay, It might not seem high tech to do it like that, but believe me, it works. People just want something simple. A Google Doc is a great way to do it because anybody who's using YouTube is probably doing so with a Google account. Secondly, when people save things into a Google Doc, they know they can get it anywhere from any browser, so it's very, very useful. And we can format it in a way that they can actually just checkbox off each and every step as they're doing stuff, okay? So we can make it appear very, very useful, like a hands-on tool that they can really take advantage of, okay? So that's the goal that we want to do. So let's go over into the software, and what I want to do, the wrong software, that's VidSpy. Let's come over here into social playlist alpha. You can see I've done this basic setting here that I've created the new project. Now what I want to do is click on search and add, and I'm not looking for any Creative Commons videos for this particular strategy. What I'm looking for is to try and get some variations of Facebook advertising checklists, whether it's how to set up step by step for lead ads, for video ads, for Facebook advertising accounts, whatever it might be, okay? So what I want to do is go into some advanced search filters, and I'm going to choose for this year, okay? And I'm going to put my keyword in here, Facebook ads checklist. Now we can actually put a date in there. We can put 2019 if we want to and see what happens. But I'm just going to choose for now a filter for videos uploaded in the last year. Okay, we can always change this keywords within the title. We can expand on it within the title when we know what we've got to work with once we get the results. Okay. Second thing is we want to sort it by the video duration. Okay, now a checklist is likely to be either medium or long. Anything short is probably just going to be something that says go over to this URL and give me your email and you can get this checklist. It's going to be something really short, so we don't want that. What we want is to get something that is useful but not too long. So we're going to choose video duration of medium. Okay, video license, I'll leave it as any, and everything here I'm going to leave it for now just exactly as it is. So now I can do my search, and I've already got some advanced filters in here. Now you can see it's pulled back 50 videos. What we've done with the latest updates is now that we can go and do some additional filtering with each of the data points that is pulled back within the search. Okay, so we've already done some advanced filtering. Now we can go even more advanced. What I want to do is click on where it says title, and you can see here remove if, and I can choose does not contain, and I'm going to put in the keyword checklist. Okay, click on this, and that brings us down to 10 videos. This is good to manage with. Okay, so I'm going to checkbox all of these, and we've got 10 that have been uploaded in the past year, and all of them have got the word checklist in the title. Now I'm probably going to be able to cut this down even more, which is going to be even better. Okay, so this top one, Ultimate Facebook Ads Checklist for creating high converting ads and campaigns, I'll keep it. Even though it's got 2018, I'm keeping it. Client onboarding, no, we don't want that. Okay, Facebook Ad Checklist number 2, I'm not sure I want that for two reasons. This one is from something called a channel called the Savvy Realtor. Okay, so it's about real estate. It might be really, really specific. The title is horrible, and it's got like number 2. So where's number 1? I might not have number 1. I don't want it for that purpose, because otherwise it's kind of misleading for people if they start to watch this and start to wonder where's number 1, and then they're clicking away from my playlist to go into this guy's channel. Okay, so I don't want that. What I want is different variations of types of Facebook checklist. This one just says Facebook Ads Checklist. I'll keep it checkboxed at the moment, but I might take it out a little bit later. This one, Facebook Advertising Checklist, Best Practices, I'll keep that. It's a 9-minute video. Let me just do this quickly, and I'll come back once it's done, because otherwise this video can go on for another 10 minutes long. Okay, so I'll get rid of some of them, and what this has done now is given me 6 different playlist items, 6 videos that can fit into this particular playlist. Okay, so you can see here we got checklists for creating ads that sell. Okay, 4 tips, and he's called it a new checklist. Okay, this has also got ads checklist for high converting ad campaigns. Let's see what else we got. To get maximum Facebook ads relevancy score. Again, 4 steps. This is good. This is quite a useful playlist. This is good curation, good quality curation. Okay, so what we want to do is just maybe sort this out for the order that we want to show. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ones that look more interesting and get rid of or push down the ones that look less interesting, like this one here. I'm not even sure if I should keep this because it's not a great headline here, but I do like his thumbnail, so I'll probably keep it, but I'll just move him down. Okay, we can move him to the end. Okay, this one, check my checklist for running successful Facebook ad campaigns. It's a great title, but it doesn't have a thumbnail, so I'm going to move that one down. Okay, and we can see that is probably going to have to be like that. How to get maximum relevancy score, that's a good one. I'll keep that where it is. This one, 4 tips for creating ads that sell, Facebook advertising checklist. I'm going to keep it as it is. Okay, so now what I've got is I've got 6 different items in order, and I can come over here into the info section. Okay, so you can see here it says channels used 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here 7 experts okay. Okay, so I've changed that. I've just put the title 7 Facebook ads checklists that you need for 2019. Okay, not too long. It tells exactly what it is. There's 6 channels here. We're going to add an extra video to this playlist. Okay, and what I can do is I can grab some tags, and what it's going to show me is the top tags used by these 6 different videos. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm taking the top used tags, but also I want to make sure I'm taking very, very specific tags related to what this playlist is about. Okay, so I can go for just the top ones immediately, or I can go more targeted immediately for what this actual playlist is about, which I think is going to be a much, much better way to do it. Okay, so Facebook advertising tips and strategies is good. Let's see what else we got here. Facebook ads tutorial, Facebook advertising, I'll take that. Let's see if we can find more. It's kind of more on point. This one, step by step, we want as well. High converting landing page, advertising guide, ad campaigns, Facebook ad tips for beginners, creating Facebook ads. These are all good, and Facebook ads 2019 is good as well. Okay, so I think I've got enough here from these keywords. Now, one of the updates that we will be getting, what we'll be able to do as well is we will get a warning if you've gone over the character limit for the tags and description. Okay, but if you're using any spin tags, you've got to remember it's going to show you a minimum or a maximum according to the maximum characters that you could possibly have if we have got some spin tags being used. Okay, description, what I want to do is I'm going to insert the playlist feed items. Okay, and what we can do here is we can insert some channel tags as well. Okay, so we're going to take our own channel, and we're going to take, according to the order, I think it's going to be easier. Okay, so we got some additional optimization happening here. Okay, we can take this further as well by putting the full title into the description, and if you wanted to take some information from one of these videos, you can always right click, you can view the description, and basically what we can do is take some information from here and put it in this section over here. Okay, so what I would do if I was going to do it like that, I would probably put that underneath the list of items and do it like that. Okay, so that it's not in the way. All we're doing it for is just adding some relevancy into the actual description itself, but I would not go overboard because I don't know for sure how much influence the YouTube description has on the actual rankings within YouTube or Google yet, okay? I've seen videos ranking without anything at all in the description. I've seen videos ranking with a ton of stuff, and I don't know exactly how effective it is. What I've done here is I've been able to put in some best practices by using the channel hashtags and stuff like that, because that's the kind of thing that I would do just to make sure that I was adding relevancy, okay? And the tags, well, it kind of speaks for itself, because presuming that these people have been getting traffic using these particular keyword phrases, then we can see the most popular keyword phrases and we can see the most targeted keyword phrases, so that all fits into what we are doing, okay? So the title as well, we can see we've got 6 channels used. I've just added number 7 up here because I'm going to put my own video in here. Okay, now I can come back later and I can update again the playlist items if I add an extra video for myself later, okay? But what I want to do right now is I'm just going to click on save this so that I can see some additional options for optimizing the playlist. So just need to wait for this to give me a notification on my telephone so that I can confirm, and then once you have approved the verification, if you're using telephone verification, the only thing you ever need to touch is this thing here. It says please verify you. Click on OK once you have verified from your telephone, and that's all you're going to touch. Don't touch anything else. Okay, so I'll pause the video until this is properly updated. Okay, so you can see that it's been created, and we can go and look at the URL, and we will see that there's no videos there yet, and there's no thumbnails or anything showing, but it's got everything else here that we have added, okay? So what we want to do is we want to just take this a little bit further. I'm going to copy the URL, and I'm going to put that URL inside this description area. Okay, so we have a link going to the actual video itself. Right, now what I want to do as well is I want to go into the playlist items, and I'm going to check all, and I'm going to click on update. And you can see here it's updating the playlist in real time. So it's created the playlist URL first without adding the videos. Now we've added the videos. If I come back over here and we just click on save here one more time so that we've got this URL in here, we can see the effects of that very, very quickly. If I just open the URL one more time, you can see. Give it a second actually, because sometimes it's just updating. If I press F5 one more time, you start to see the video starting to appear. Okay, don't forget we put that URL at the bottom here as well. So what I need to do is just give it a couple of minutes to let it update. If I click on F5 again to refresh the page again, you can see we've got more videos added. We had 6 in total, we've got 3 now added into the playlist. The actual description itself has not yet been updated. Okay, I'll click on F5 one more time. Now you can see we've got 5 videos added, and again hasn't updated yet in the description, so it's going to do the description last. I'll press F5 again. Now we have got 6 videos in the order that we wanted, and we can come down here and you can see now the URL for the playlist has been added. Okay, and we've got our thumbnail showing here as well. All looking good, yeah, but we're not finished yet. Okay, so let's come back over, and everything here is good. It's looking good so far, but now what you can see is we have this translate. Okay, so we're going to click on translate. We're going to forget what it says edit and update here. What we're going to do is choose bulk update. Bulk update, and what we can do is we can select all languages here, and we can update localized title and description for all of those languages. I think there's something like 40 languages here, and what that means is that the metadata is being translated, so that if somebody is searching, for example, in Swedish or Russian or Italian or Spanish, because we are translating the metadata within YouTube, then if they're even searching for those within those languages for those keywords as they are being translated here, then it means that your playlist can be found. Okay, this can be a lot of traffic, especially for playlists, because nobody, believe me, nobody is translating playlists like this. This is our opportunity to be able to tap into playlist SEO like nobody else has ever done before. As far as we know, there's no other automation tool for YouTube playlists that do this. Okay, now we've had this similar tool in YouTube, in the optimization alpha tool for YouTube videos for over 3 or 4 years now. Okay, now that we can add this into playlists, this is a real opportunity for you to go and drive a lot of traffic, because I can guarantee you, if people do not have this technology, you are going to be massively ahead of them for traffic when it comes to getting foreign traffic. Okay, this is a good way to find a way to rank for competitive keywords and get found for competitive keywords. And what you want to do is make sure you have a goal for every single playlist so that you can get a result from it that is going to benefit you. That can be getting an email address, that can be getting someone to buy something with an affiliate commission, whatever it might be. Have a goal for every single playlist that you do. My best advice to you will always be, get the email address. Okay, get the email address so that you're able to remarket to these people again and again and again. So if we can get them the email address, if we can get them into a YouTube subscription, that's good as well, because you can notify them from within YouTube when you've done a new playlist, for example. Okay, but with the email, you can always remarket to them again and again and again. That's why all these guys on JVisa, on Warrior Plus, that's why they're selling courses and software so cheaply, so that they can get those buyer email addresses, and that is where they make their real money. It's not coming from the launchers. The launchers don't actually make a lot of those guys a lot of money, especially when they're working in teams. Okay, so now we've got 38 localized titles and descriptions. Okay, so that's all of that metadata being updated. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm just going to click on this one more time to save. Okay, all of that's been updated, and that means it will still show the information in English. Okay, if I just open this URL one more time, you can see it's still in English. But if somebody is searching in those 38 languages, in any of those 38 languages, it means that our playlist can now be found for the keywords as they would have been translated into their own language. Okay, perfect. Nice little system. And it's not even finished yet. It's not even finished for the optimization, because what we can do now is we can send the link over to the RSS Extreme. Okay, we can send to social share, so we can send to the playlist, the social playlist syndication over here, and that means when we do the syndication, then depending on how many accounts we've got on here, that will depend on how many times it gets syndicated. Okay, now there's still some more updates to be done on this as well. Okay, so fine, just put in here the test just for the purpose of getting some accounts and stuff in here. And what we can do is we can click on add, and we can put in all these different accounts one by one, or you can import them via CSV as well. Okay, easiest way to do it is if you've got some accounts set up in the accounts tab up here, because this accounts tab up here is where you can save profiles with multiple accounts for different niches. Okay, so you can see this one's marketing, this one is news, this one is football, for etc. For example, and that's how we can manage the profiles that we're using with sets of accounts that are specific to a particular topic or niche. Okay, so let's cover those things in a different video. Hopefully you've got an idea how we can use this for being able to give people what they're looking for with user intent. Okay, and with that user intent we can create playlists that don't have to be huge, they don't have to be very, very big, but we want to make them useful, and plus we want to get that foreign traffic as well, so that we can get the email addresses. Okay, and if we can do that, then we can start to build an audience that we can monetize. Okay, thanks.